Hello and welcome to United Stand. Caught me unawares there. First of all, got loads to get through. Typically, every day is a fantastic day as a Manchester United fan. Mkhitaryan signed. I want to talk about Van Persie, Pogba, Matuidi, Fabinho, everything you want to talk about. I want to just give a massive shout out to everybody watching live, especially those from overseas. 2:30 in the morning, and we've got people watching from India, and I know a lot of people do tune in, so a massive shout out for you. But first of all, I've got to talk Pogba, Matuidi, this done deal question mark thing, which I've just tweeted. We don't do clickbait. I'll come to that in a moment, but I'm building up to something here, and I need to get it off my chest. It's been building up for the last few hours. I just want to have a pop at the press. The United Stand, and there are other fan channels. No, there aren't really other fan channels, are there? There's the United Stand, it's your channel, and we're the best. But this channel is all about fan opinion. This is what football should be about, us saying what we think, having our say and everything like that. I'm disgusted by the British media this morning, not all of it, but a big proportion of it, who already are starting the bully boy tactics with Mourinho. You can't bully Mourinho, but essentially they're taking a pop at United. They've gone through the 49 youth players that he mentioned yesterday. They've started stirring up the problem with Giggs, and Giggs isn't happy now, when quite clearly everybody who heard it, Mourinho was very respectful of Giggs and actually wished him the best and said it was the best thing for him. These bloody journalists, right? Or, you know, fair play to them. They've gone to university, they've got a degree and everything like that, but they're lost in the past. Your time is gone. Twitter, the United Stand, social media, fans are far more expressive and have a voice now. And just because you've had a free voice that people have to listen to because they've had to buy your papers for the last few years, doesn't mean you can start your little one-man band, have a pop at Mourinho agendas. I think it's disgusting. You know, why don't you, one of you lot, come and start doing shows like this? Because you get shot down straight away. It's disrespectful to the club, it's disrespectful to the fans, and it's disrespectful for our manager, who's not even had a ball kicked yet, and they're already going after him. I tell you what, though, we knew it would happen. Siege mentality, we're the best. But how sad is it? How sad is it they're sat in their office, no ball even been kicked, and they start having a go at Mourinho, which I don't mind. It will be a siege mentality. But what makes me laugh is they went through that 49 players, because obviously Mourinho had said, I've brought through 49 youth players. I will do that at Manchester United. They've gone through it saying, oh, that one only played for half an hour. That one only played for half an hour in a League Cup game. Where is it written that it's not giving somebody a debut if they only play half an hour in a League Cup game? It's still a debut. And I tell you what, the best thing of all, they're so far up Pep's arse. They love Pep, the Snide, who I told you about last night, Snidey. How many players did he give a debut to at Bayern Munich? I'll tell you what, it's single figures. It may even be zero. That's the agenda we're dealing with. That's what I want to say. Haters will be hating. United are back on the map, says Craig. Even Sir Alex Ferguson told MUTV the decision was up to Giggs and he made the right one, says Jane Braithwaite. All he's used to it. He put up with 4 months of crap last season. I tell you what, if they want to try and give Mourinho crap, we aren't Chelsea, we're Manchester United, and you will feel the force of Manchester United fans if you think you're going to start on us, because we are the biggest, we are the best, and we just won't buy your papers. And I tell you what, these journalists need to tread a very thin line. Football is changing. That's why the United Stand and your input is getting bigger and bigger, because these papers, they're losing their voice. People don't want to listen to Hooray Henrys who've been to university and had the degrees, sat writing what they think, probably couldn't even do 5 keep-ups in their bloody life. A lot of us have played football, breathed football, love football. And, you know, we criticised Van Gaal last year, but he deserved to be criticised. Mourinho's done nothing in a Manchester United shirt yet. He doesn't deserve the criticism, and I will be defensive of our club and our fans. Jason, we do, you're right, 100%. We do represent the fans. We do represent the club in the best possible way. British press is shit, says Emma Burns, I think, more or less. Right, let's get into the real stuff, the exciting stuff. I did do a tweet saying Pogba done deal question mark. People were calling it clickbait. When there's a question mark on there, it doesn't mean it's a done deal. However, there is a lot of press. If you picked up a bit, press again. I'm sort of contradicting myself here. I'm not really, because where I'm going to go with it, we'll say what I've just said about the press. A lot of the press, BN Sports, and there's a rumour that Raiola, who's obviously given us Zlatan and given us Mkhitaryan, and he's Pogba's agent, and he's also Mituidi, I forget his name, Blaise Mituidi. I'm rubbish on names. His agent as well, and he apparently fed BN Sports that the deal to Manchester United is more or less done. Well, that could well be the case. My interpretation of it is that I don't really, there's no real press that I really do respect 100%, because nobody ever gets it right. But this story is so across the board, whether it's France, Italy, Spain, England. It's totally across the board. And Real Madrid are very quiet. Now, people are concerned that Real Madrid might raise some money, funnily enough, probably through Rodriguez, and then swoop in for Pogba. But that could happen. But Madrid, when they want somebody, they build it up because they want to get their fans excited. The president wants to go, look at what I've done. They're very quiet on the Pogba deal. So I think it could be a done deal. Blaise Matuidi, it's Matuidi, I've got it. Blaise Matuidi, PSG, 50 caps for France, scored 8 goals. He's like Yaya Toure when Yaya Toure was good, apart from the first touch. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind that deal being done now because I thought about it, and actually it would mean curtains for Fellaini, and that's enough for me. Who would you want, Matuidi or Pogba? I mean, I presume you'd all say Pogba, but I don't know. The fourth signing for me, the one that's going to let Mourinho breathe again, has to be Pogba. It can't be Matuidi. I mean, you don't get excited about a 29-year-old who's basically going to be your Ramirez or your SEN in midfield. He'll do a very good job. The reason I quite like him is he's a bit like Kante, but he's quicker than anything we've got in the midfield. So he can get in there, tenacious, win the ball, feed the attackers. So I don't mind him for £20 million. But Keelan says Pogba. Kev McGee says both. Alpha Q says both. I don't want Matuidi. Pogba all the way, says Lee Bailey. I'd agree with that if it's one or the other. But most of the people are going for Pogba. Martin is. Matthew McConnell is. Anyone who can get rid of Fellaini, says Santino Young. Cruz says typical Habib Gaming. Well, we'd all like Cruz, but it's gone a bit quiet on that. And I think also Man City are sniffing around there. For me, it's Pogba. And as Scorpion Gaming says, Pogba and then number 2, Cruz. Exactly his replacement for Fellaini or Basti. And Manchester United forever saying that. But I was quite damning of Matuidi, and probably I can get a bit sulky. And I think I was getting a little bit sulky because I was thinking sulky means Mardy, means moody for those people who aren't from the UK. I hope I said how are you all doing. Or I think I did at the start. I hope you're all doing well anyway, because it's a 10 o'clock start instead of the normal 8:30. I was getting moody because I want the Pogba signing, or if it's not Pogba, I want it to be Cruz. I want to be the stand-up signing. You know, that's what I want. That's what I heard. And I was unfair to Matuidi. And having thought about it, if we're going to get both, I'm happy to get him, because the one thing he brings to our midfield that we haven't got, and I think Schneidlin can be better. I think Herrera can be better. Herrera's probably got the legs. He hasn't got the physicality. Schneidlin's got the physicality. He's not as quick. Matuidi is quick and got the physicality. So he's bombing into the tackle, winning the ball, feeding the attackers. So he would be a very good addition to our midfield. But I just hope that Pogba and then maybe get him as well. Typical Habib Gaming. Good point from Canal. I tweeted this out today. Pogba in the new Juventus jersey. I really like Juventus as a club as well. If we've got anybody from Juventus fans watching, I love Juventus. I have done for many years, and mainly because you hate Liverpool. But no, from Serie A days, I think it's a great club. I'm from Nottingham. Your shirt that Juventus wear is from Notts County in the 1800s when they lent you the kit. So, you know, I know a lot about Juventus, and there's Italian in my family. Obviously not mine. But so I do like Juventus, and I like the new kit. Going off on a tangent as usual. But Pogba wearing the kit means sod all. And we tweeted this out today, and a lot of you replied. Mata will probably wear our kit, as will Daley Blind, model our kit. Both could go. When we bought Schweinsteiger last year, he'd modelled the Bayern Munich kit. De Gea was modelling the United kit last year and nearly left. It doesn't mean anything. A lot of people do it, and them pictures were probably taken a couple of months ago. So don't read anything into that. Raul said, why would Pogba go back to a club that treated him like crap? I think we've covered that before. It's a new agenda. It's a new manager. It's a chance to go back into the Premier League and prove himself. So I think he would do it. So let's just see what happens. Probably do a video tomorrow morning on Matuidi, because I want to talk a bit about why I've changed my mind and a bit more, but I don't really want to do it here. We'll see what happens. Interestingly, on Matuidi, the French press, which was saying it wasn't going to happen, and now L'Equipe are saying it is going to happen tonight. So not tonight, but they are saying it could happen. The reality is nothing will happen tomorrow because France have got their game. I think it gets very interesting if France get knocked out tomorrow, because you might see a deal happen before the weekend. Obviously, if France get through, we won't hear anything until next week, but I'm sure something will go off tomorrow, because that's what it's like. Back into today, Mkhitaryan finally revealed. It's interesting, I released the video as soon as he'd signed, more or less straight after. It's hardly had any views. Please go and watch it. It's only 2 minutes long, but I think it's basically because we knew it was going to happen. It's been dragging on. It wasn't that exciting, but I am excited by the deal. I think some of his quotes were really good. My dream move. My dead dad is going to be really proud. I've been blunt with that, but that's basically what he said, and he's really happy about it. Bellridge, Mark, can you give a shout out for the Welsh team for making the semi-final, please? I'll give you a quick sentence. I wasn't happy with the way Wales celebrated the players when England got knocked out. I know England probably deserve every bit of crap they get, but I am English and I do take them things to heart. However, they have done fantastically well. I really like the Welsh people who get involved, and I know we've got a lot of Manchester United fans. And you know, you don't need me to say it, you know you should be really proud. And actually, you know what, today, you could have won that game. I'm not saying you deserved it. You could have won that game. The one thing I am happy about was that Ronaldo put Bale in the shade. I love Ronaldo. I always will. I know Alex, who does the show, hates him and loves Bale. I love Ronaldo. I saw him grow at Manchester United. I was lucky enough to see him come here as a kid and grow into a world star. And I'll always love Ronaldo. And I tell you what, people hate him because he's arrogant. He's arrogant because he's the best player in the world. Again, why? I mean, Ronaldo and Mourinho, I'm going off on a rant again. Mourinho and Ronaldo are very similar. Arrogant because they're really good. Then you got Snidey Pep and Snidey Messi, the bloody criminal, who never get any stick from the press at all. And I think it's disgusting. I think it's disgusting how Messi gets away with it, and Ronaldo gets picked on by the press all the time. He's big enough to take it, but you know, I think Messi is better, says Jordan Thompson. Not for me. And why do people think Messi's better when Ronaldo's a Manchester United legend? Back your own player. I'd put Ronaldo in my team any day of the week because you know what? He's done it in the Premier League. He's done it in the Liga. Messi's done it from the comforts of Barcelona his whole life. He'll stay there his whole life. He fiddles his taxes. He's a bottler. And he's retired from Argentina because he's took his toys home. I don't like Messi. I think as a person, he's absolute cretin. He's a very good footballer, but I'd go for Ronaldo. You've made me say it. So Mkhitaryan, really pleased about him. His assists are amazing. He's probably the best assist maker in the league, in Europe. He'll get lots of goals. But the big thing about Mkhitaryan is he's a very good footballer, but he brings in pace. And that's exactly what I want. Oh, God. We're not having a Messi v Ronaldo debate. All I'm going to say about this is, why are Manchester United fans picking Messi over Ronaldo? That always makes me worry. Every United fan, whether you're right or wrong, this light's getting on my nerves. Every United fan, whether you're right or wrong, should always back United players. That's how it should be. We're stubborn and we love our club, and I will always back him. Mkhitaryan, then, yeah, the big thing that he brings in is pace, and I think that's the things that people like Herrera, Mata have missed. Chad Ferrand, what should we do next? Yeah, Chad Ferrand's just mentioned Robin Van Persie in talks with Middlesbrough. Michael shouts, Messi is better than Ronaldo, idiots. Michael, if you support Manchester United, why are you coming out with stuff like that? That's all I would say. You can have an opinion, but why are you coming out with stuff like that? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But Robin Van Persie, I might be controversial again here, never should have been sold by Manchester United. I think he's about 32 now. He did have a good season at Fenerbahce. It was a myth. When are the club going to actually announce he's left? I thought the way the club handled his leaving was disgraceful, considering he won us the title single-handedly. And he's going to come back to Middlesbrough, which I think is really sad. Although Valdez has gone to Middlesbrough. If Robin Van Persie goes to Middlesbrough, I'll tell you what, I'll have an eye on Middlesbrough next year, because I really do have a lot of time for Robin Van Persie. For me, he is a legend for Manchester United. And you know, people say, oh, he can't be a legend because he was here so young. It's not quantity, it's quality. And it's like life, really. It's, you know, you get people like, you know, James Dean, who died really young. And it's not how long you're here, it's what you do in the time you're here. Very profound, Goldbridge, that is, but it's true. It's not about how long you're on this earth, it's about what you do in the time you've got. You know, some people live their life fast, and they do more in 10 years than most of us do in 100. And Robin Van Persie epitomises that for me. In that 1 year, he took a club that nobody thought could win the Premier League and single-handedly won it. And I'll argue that with anybody, because I witnessed it, watched it and saw it. And I went to a lot of games that season because it was before the United stand started. And we weren't a great team. We were very good defensively. But whilst Rooney was sulking and looking for another move, Robin Van Persie was absolutely superb. So if he comes back to the Premier League, I'll be sad, because I think he could have done a job for us, but not under Van Gaal. Van Gaal treated him like shit. And I wish him all the best at Middlesbrough. I would have been horrified if he'd gone to somebody like Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City. Someone like that would make me physically sick. But I love Robin Van Persie, and unlike Arsenal fans, wherever he goes, I would applaud him because I think he is brilliant. I don't know what you lot think. Penguin, very true. Robin Van Persie is a legend. Well said, mate. Same marks as Ewan McGuire. Borough can afford Robin Van Persie's salary, says Fee. There's so much money in the Premier League now. There's so much money in the Premier League. I'm sure they can. A lot of people want us to talk about Tahir Chong, which I will. I'm happy to talk about him. I'll talk about him in a minute. Still people going on about Messi. Will be cool to see Robin Van Persie back in the Premier League, Lee Bailey. Talk about Robin Van Persie. I want to read some of your comments. And then I'm going to talk about a bit more transfer stuff. Jurgen Klopp. If Klopp thought Mkhitaryan was good enough for the Premier League, he would have got him. No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. I love Liverpool fans. You're just so stuck in your cave singing 5 times. It sends you mad. 2 years ago, Liverpool tried to sign Mkhitaryan when he was playing in Ukraine. I think it was Shakhtar Donetsk. And he chose Borussia Dortmund. I tell you, Mkhitaryan, whether he's making assists or making decisions about signing for a team, he's got brilliant decision-making because he didn't choose Liverpool and he wouldn't choose Liverpool again just because Klopp's gone there. He's ambitious. Why go to Liverpool? Manchester United is his dream move. Love the way Robin Van Persie smashed in one-on-ones. Says Hoothless Hobby Lawler. Ronaldo, Robin Van Persie is amazing. If Middlesbrough get him, I mean, it'll be hard. It will be hard. Oh, JB91's on about Ashley Williams again. No, I've spoken about him. He's not a top 10 defender. He can fight, but when he gets proper players against him, he's crap. Robin Van Persie is better than Lord Bentner, and the Lord is better than Messi, says Patrick Anderson. Still people going on about Messi. Go and support Barcelona. This is a Man United fan channel. You don't put Messi ahead of Ronaldo if you're a real Manchester United fan, and I'm standing by that. And also, while we've got a lot of you watching, last night's video had over 1,000 likes. So please drop us a like because it just exposes. Exposes? I'm not exposing anything. It just promotes the channel and what we're all about, which is all your opinions, which I'm going through at the moment. So please do. It's just one tick while we're chatting away. Messi is a criminal, says Caleb John. That's enough about Messi, but you're right. People asking about my age again. And blame Louis van Gaal for Van Persie, says Raoul. I totally agree with that. Can Robin Van Persie go to Leicester? I tell you what, I'd love him to go to Leicester. That's a brilliant comment, and I've missed it because it's flown by. Oh, no, saw it again. Where was it? No, it's flown by. There's so many of you commenting. But there was a very good comment by whoever put it. Brilliant comment. Robin Van Persie to Leicester would be funny, says Scorpio. I'd love him to go there. I've got so much time for him, and I really wish Robin Van Persie the best. That's why I put him in the video, because I think we're the only channel or only United-related thing. So I applaud you again for actually making videos about him going and consistently keeping him in the United fan arena, because he deserves to be. He's like Roy Keane. He should not be forgotten. MA740 Football's pretty much got it right there. Don't know how he knows that. Darren Roberts, Robin Van Persie was a legend. I just want to touch on a few other things as well. We've obviously done Matuidi, the rubbish press, and Mourinho, Robin Van Persie, and I wanted to talk a bit bigger, because I think the trap we've sort of fallen into at the moment is we're so used to being failures in the transfer window, where we're tracing Fabregas, Ramos, Vidal, even Ozil from a few years, Schneider, and it never happens, and we get excited all summer and it never happens. What's happened this year is we've Zlatan, and it happened, Mkhitaryan, and it happened, Pogba, if it happens, Matuidi, if it happens, and then does it go quiet because we're only in the first week of July? It doesn't, does it? So I'm starting to think now, what happens next for Manchester United? And this is where I want you to read some of your comments, really, because I was thinking about it today, and that's not going to be the end of our transfer business. What Mourinho basically said was that these are the 4 signings I wanted to bring in, even if I knew nothing about the squad. Then when the squad comes back, I might need to get players and replace them. And this is where Fabinho at Monaco comes in. I'm not saying it's going to happen 100% because I made that mistake with Mbolo, and I haven't had any information about Fabinho. Suffice to say this: Napoli want to sign him. He's a client of George Mendes. Thanks, Felix. Trinidad and Tobago, big shout out. In fact, we'll do that in a minute, so everyone stay. Fabinho, George Mendes client at Monaco. Napoli want him. George Mendes apparently wants him to come to Manchester United. It's gone a bit quiet. We were linked to him last year. He's 22. He's 6'2". He's a right back. He's very fast. He's defensively sound in one of the best defences in Europe in the Monaco defence. And he's very fast getting forward. So on those stats, you might say straight away, he's an improvement on Darmian. I think, and I like Darmian, it's no surprise, it's no secret, I like Darmian. And I think Mourinho could turn him into a decent right back. However, there's no guarantee he'll do that. And part of me is thinking that Fabinho could happen. So I'm just throwing that out there. And it's a deal that could quite easily be done for a reasonable price. I think about £15 million. So that's one I think could happen. I still think the centre-back issue's there. Fiju's on about Will Hughes from Derby, which we touched on a while ago. It could resurface again, who knows? Pogba and Fosu Mensah midfield duo would be brilliant. G. McLeod. Rojo needs to go, says Mr. Jake84. He does. Rojo needs to go. Fellaini needs to go. Did anyone see the picture of Fellaini on the beach today with his Sideshow Bob brother smoking a cigar? And that always makes me laugh as well, because I don't like Jack Wilshere, but he smokes a cigarette in Las Vegas and it's all over the papers. Rooney has a cigarette, it's all over the papers. Fellaini, the crappiest, laziest footballer we've got in the club, is sat there with a grin, smoking a cigar, and nothing happens. It just makes me laugh. So he can go. And anyway, what's he doing smoking a cigar? Has he never heard that trees can, are very flammable? Pogba. What happened to the Verratti talks? I think it was just paper talk, to be honest. I never really felt that much about it, Dane. So yeah, Fabinho I think could happen. Lil Troll, hello from North Korea. Yeah, right, mate. Yeah, sure. Penguin, yes, British press are awful. So centre-back, yes. Manolas still hasn't signed a contract for Roma. It's something I check every day, hoping he won't sign, hoping that can happen. City have apparently offered £40 million for Bonucci. You know what? I like Bonucci, but I would laugh my head off if City spent over £40 million on Bonucci, because I think he's 29. I think he's a very good defender, but name me an Italian defender in the history of the Premier League that's done well. There's been plenty of them. They don't do very well because it's fast-paced, high lines, and it's not disciplined defending. And the Italian defenders hate that. So if they want to waste money on him, fantastic. Fabinho, says Aiden Gamer. I've got it wrong then, haven't I? What is happening with Van Persie? Potentially going to Middlesbrough. We've discussed that. What about James Rodriguez? I think he will go, Jason Lee. I just don't know where he'll go, and I'd be surprised if he would go here. Robin Van Persie just followed Mahrez and Vardy on Twitter, says Jake Thompson. I tell you what, we should all start as United fans. Robin Van Persie to Leicester. I'd love him to go there. I would love him to go there. I really like what Leicester did last year, and I'd love to see Robin Van Persie in the Champions League, because it'd be a big fingers up to Van Gaal. Ryan thinks he'll go to Feyenoord though. I'd love to see him back in the Premier League. There's more money here. That's what he might be thinking about. Another centre-back, yes, I think we will get another centre-back, Caleb John. I'm hoping we will. But I think, as I said with the Fabinho thing, I think there's going to be a couple of players that might come in who, when Mourinho has had time to assess the squad, so maybe towards the back end of August. What I'm essentially saying is I don't think things are going to go quiet just because we've got our business done. And I do expect Pogba to be here by this time next week if it's going to happen. There's no reason to delay. In fact, I read something that I can't remember where it was, that it will, as soon as the Euros are over, it will be resolved either way. And as much as people think Real Madrid or Barcelona could swoop in, they could swoop in, but that's not really the way they do their transfer business, as I was saying a few minutes ago, because they like to build up it's arrogance, really. They like to build their fans up and go, look what we're going to do, look what we're going to do. Swooping in and just signing, yeah, it looks good, but they don't get all the build-up. Like we've had it, haven't we? We love the build-up. Let's take some of your comments then. Manolas, what do you think? Mark, what do you think on that? Harrison, I love Manolas. Very good recovery pace for a big defender, and he's done superb. Let's have a look at that comment there. Leicester are in the Champions League, yeah. Gianluca Festa, Mark, for Borough, was a good player. He was an Italian defender. He was all right. Martin Bradbury wasn't bad. All the videos. That's an absolute shit comment. Leicester take Arsenal's top 4 place would be good. Mark, what do you think of Bailly? I haven't seen loads of him. Crocodile boy. But I think it's going to be interesting to see about him because he's so young, how we're doing in the league. Varane, yeah, I wouldn't mind him. What about Lozano from Pachuca? I've got that name totally wrong. We're whizzing through comments now. Apparently that deal will be done after the Olympics, so we'll have to just keep an eye on about that. Samuel Ellis, what do you think of Tahith Chong, who we've signed from Feyenoord? I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, he's 15 or 16. You're shouting out for me to talk about him. Obviously, I spent most of last season flying over to Holland between doing this and my day job and watching every single youth game that Chong played in. I'm joking. I sort of started researching him when we were linked to him about 3 months ago. He has officially signed now, 15 or 16. He's got big hair and no, I know a little bit more. 2-footed. He just seems to run at people for fun. He's got that sort of balance and two-footedness and ability to run at players that somebody like George Best had. I nearly said Giggs, but Giggs was very left-footed. He can be anything he wants to be, this lad. He could be a world sensation, but I'd say the same about Angel Gomez, who's also about the same age in the youth squad. There are a couple of years Harrison Newman's just said, how would I react if Fellaini got sold? You'd get a dab, let's just say that. But yeah, they're a couple of years off, Gomez and Chong, being in the first team squad. I don't even think they'd get League Cup games this season, maybe not even next season, but they could potentially are superb players, absolutely superb, exciting, and sort of a bit like Fosu Mensah that we knew, and even Pogba a few years ago, we knew they were going to come forward and be good players, and I think you could safely say the same about those two. So it's exciting, but it's a bit of a time off yet, and I'm going to do a youth video anyway, especially because people have asked for that, sort of our top 5 players to keep an eye out, but those two, definitely two. Julem B says, Fellaini to Real Madrid, we can all dream. What do you think of James Weir and Callum Gribben? I'm going to save all that for the youth video because I know a lot of people don't know a lot about the youth, so it's better to get a bit more in depth about it. Varela is quality, just needs to improve, says Alex. I'll be surprised if Varela's got a future. I think he's 22, 23. I'll be surprised if Mourinho fancies putting the work in for him. Mark, keep up the great videos, says Pika Power. Dab. I'm not dabbing until Fellaini goes, but I will dab if he goes, 100%. Gribben's the most promising, says Sumac. Is Mata going to Everton? We don't know. Mark, are you looking forward to seeing Schweinsteiger next season? Well, hopefully in a Manchester United shirt, but I do have my worries about his injuries. I love Schweinsteiger, but I do have my worries about his injuries. We'll just have to see what happens. But loads of you watching again, please do drop us a like. Again, I'm just going to applaud you because I sort of came into this video wanting to rant about the press conference, about the press and Mourinho at the start. So go back and watch that. I was really ranting about that, and I am passionate about that. I think the press is just so. I think football's changed so much in the last few years, and I think, you know, obviously it's easy to sit here and say the United stands the best because we basically just sit and talk about football, but we're getting bigger and we're getting a bigger voice, and that's what football should be about. You know, fans have lost their voice because of all the money, and these journalists who sit there and have had this free ride for years and years, they're about to get a kick up the backside because they haven't got that loyal following now. People aren't just reading your articles because that's all there is to read. There are people like ourselves and you who people can, you know, every night we can sit and chat football for half an hour. And you don't need to read these bloody university graduates. And I've got nothing against university graduates. They've earned it. But these journalists, they've been sat there. They don't link in with the fans. It's just their opinion, and it's biased. And there's a lot of bias against Mourinho. There's a lot of hidden hate against Mourinho. And you should never do that to anybody in a new job. And I dislike it. But there you go. Tomorrow night, somebody just said then, tomorrow night it will be 10 o'clock again, obviously, because Germany and France. And it'd be a very interesting show at 10 o'clock tomorrow night, because if France have been knocked out, I think it's going to go boom about Pog boom. That's my saying from now on. I've heard a few of you saying I'm going to have it. So Pog boom could go off tomorrow night and Friday if France get knocked out. So we'll just have to see. I agree with you, Michael Shouts. I think Ibrahimovic will be the top scorer next year, and I think anybody doubting him is absolutely crazy. In fact, I heard Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV today saying that United signing Zlatan is just showing off because they don't need a striker. Clearly doesn't watch Manchester United. We do need a striker. Pereira, good shout. G McLeod, I do want to see more of him. I'm from USA and like this channel. You're doing a great job, says Blanco. Yeah, that's what you've just reminded me. Everybody, just get comments in there and let's chat. We do this on the watch along because obviously the watch along is 2 hours, and watching Manchester United under Van Gaal was really boring. So through the game, for a bit of a laugh, we get everyone who's commenting just to tell us what country they're in or where they are, and I'll shout it out while you do it. Just so everybody, because you all comment with each other, and you could live next door or you could be opposite sides of the world. And I think that's the brilliance of this, is that we're all Manchester United fans, and we are. I mean, BJ Gaming, I'm from France. Chelmsford says Ewan. Ireland, I'm from the US. India says Canal. Australia, Belridge 1. I mean, it's amazing. Norway, Ireland, Gloucester, Ireland, Scotland, Jamaica, Germany, New Jersey, Miami, Malta, Nepal, Miami, USA, Ireland, Jamaica, Norway, Croydon. It's just going mad. Australia, Manchester, Australia. Draxler, where's that? I'm joking. Colombia, Trinidad and Tobago, India, Scotland, Canada, Birmingham. Birmingham's a good place. Greetings from Armenia. If you really are from Armenia, we're grateful for Mkhitaryan. Milton Keynes, Ireland, Pakistan, the North Pole, Norway, South Africa, Tampa, South Africa, India, Ashington, Kenya, England, India, Oxford, Africa. North Pole again, Draxler again, East London, Manchester, Sweden. It's fantastic. I love it. I know some of you probably found that last minute really boring, but I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic the way this channel brings us all together, but also it's fantastic to know that Manchester United is just such a huge family, and you get such passionate and intelligent opinion. You get found out on that live comments box very quickly. You know, there's people who've been following this channel for 18 months. There's probably people who've been following it for 18 minutes. But you do get a certain quality of fan on that live comments box. And last season, I used to do it a lot. I'll get Zara and Alex and Joey to do a channel, and I'll just go on the live comments, and I won't be on the video. And I'll start doing that again next year, because you've got to know your stuff and you've got to be very quick. Michael shouts on about who I hate. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody, Michael. And I tell you what, we're going to do a video in a couple of weeks, which is basically, I don't know whether anybody be interested in this. It's the story of the United stand from inception, from where it all went wrong, from how people tried to shut us down, and all the way back up to winning the best new vlog last year, to where we are now with you lot. Some people might not want to watch it, some people might, but I'm going to do it live, and we'll do it with the live comments up there, and I will take questions on anything you want to know. But there has been issues in the past, but we've been way past that for many months. We don't hate anybody. And the interesting thing is, from a channel point of view, for all the other channels who didn't like us, they're all, we'll do a video, and certain channels will do the same topic video within a few minutes. And there's nothing wrong with that. I've got no problem with that at all. But it makes me laugh that the criticism we got, and the amount of channels who, when we do a video on a certain topic, they'll go and do it. And I'm not talking about your Mkhitaryan signings or anything like that, because that's obvious. Everyone's got every right to do a video about that. I'm more talking about when we do something obscure, like somebody, when we did a video the other week about Saul Niguez before anybody else, and then everyone does it within a few hours. That's fine, but I don't have a problem with anybody. It is time to brush my teeth, Dika. And as I've always said, anybody from the other channels is welcome to come on our channel. They just won't do it for some reason, and I'll leave that open to you. But I tell you what, I am really looking forward to, though. Week on Saturday, 1 o'clock is the very first watch along. It's sort of like a bonus game. We were going to be doing the first one on the following Friday, wasn't it, against Borussia Dortmund in China. Watch along, watch the game with us. It starts a week on Saturday with Wigan, and a lot of youth players will be playing in that. So we'll definitely get the youth video done before that. There's a comment there I just want to read out. Svi Mallow, Full-Time Devils was the only Man United channel I subscribed to. I discovered the United stand a few days ago, and I'm so glad I did. Good job. And I love that sort of comment, because Full-Time Devils, whatever people think about them, they're totally different to what we do. There's no crossover. I respect that, and I think they respect us for that. So we're not trying to take each other's business or anything like that. We've got a very distinct voice. They're quite a corporate, professional channel, but it's brilliant that people are moving over from that channel and finding us and getting involved. So I'm really pleased about that. And as I always say, just keep spreading the word, because that live comments box is superb, and I love reading it. And as I said last night, I'm not my camera is right above the live comments section, so it looks like I'm looking at the camera, but actually I'm always reading what's below me. Yes, so the watch-alongs are going to be fantastic. Ryan Polton, I totally disagree with you. That's one of the people who copies all our stuff. I get at least 90% of Man United from the United stand. Love it, says Lee Bailey. Mark, do you like Andre Gomez? I did like him, but I think he's getting overpriced now. Chelsea offering £40 million for him, and he's not even getting in the Portugal team, is he? So I don't like that. There was a comment there. I'm sorry. Michael Gwilym is talking about another channel they would combine with the United channel for a video. We've done videos with that person before, and what I would say about that is we've done it before. And what I'd say about that person is why I don't personally like doing videos with them is that person, if you ask them a question and it can be answered in 5 seconds, they'll take 10 minutes because they love the sound of their own voice, and that's why I wouldn't have them on again. And I don't think you wouldn't find it very interesting because they wouldn't. It's just very, very. They go on for ages. If they can improve that, they're more than welcome to come on. Jurgen Klopp is kissing your ass to say you subscribe to his channel and make pounds. Yeah, that's exactly how we work. What you might notice with the United Stand as well is we never put those videos up, the ads up that you can't skip. Some channels purposely put the 30-second thing up, and that's how you make money from YouTube. We never do that, and we never will do that, so don't worry about that. People saying, gutted we didn't sign Sanchez. He's going to be a good player. Apparently, Renato Sanchez is apparently 25, though. I mean, that's a conversation. That's something in itself. Apparently, he's 25, which is madness, but there's apparently some truth in it. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I'm going to get off because I've gone on for absolutely ages, and I'm always wary that with these live videos, they're superb for everybody who's watching. Please do drop us a like if you haven't. There's over 500 of you watching, so we've only got 250 likes. So please, let's try and get 1,000 likes again. But Johan, you can have your shout out from Singapore. But I love doing the live things, but I could go on forever. And I know a lot of people don't watch it live, and they turn on and they see 45 minutes and they think, what the hell has he been talking about for 45 minutes? We've all enjoyed it, though, and it will be back at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Will it be Pog Boom, or will he last for a few more days? And we'll have to wait and see till next week. United Stand clothing, says Caleb John. We will have some. It is coming. This is, I mean, I don't know whether to use them. If you look at the chat, if you look at my, I can't do it. Our emblem on YouTube is different to this. This is the old school one. I don't know whether people want the old one or the new one, but I am working on that. Let's go. Let's leave it there. I've really enjoyed it. I've got a video coming up tomorrow morning about 8 o'clock in Man Utd. It's not live. It'll just be a video up. And we'll be back tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. And who knows what else we'll be talking. One thing is certain. There will always be something. And thanks, everybody, for watching. Really enjoyed the show again. You've maybe gone on longer than I thought, but that's always a good thing. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll speak to you all tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Who knows what will happen? But big applause to yourself. It's just a fan opinion and about getting the fan opinion louder and louder. My dream is that one day we'll have 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers. And when you get to that big, then who knows where this channel could go, because it's always going to be about your opinion in these live comments and fan opinion. And when we get that big, then they're going to have to start listening, aren't they? And that's the aim. That was always the aim. And you know, as I always say, people don't agree with it. But when we won the best award at the Football Blogging Awards last year, and we stood up and took the award, we said it was for the fans, and we'll do it again this year. So keep getting involved. Thanks for watching. Speak to you tomorrow, and enjoy the rest of your evening. France, Germany tomorrow. Let's see what happens.